Hi, Jessie Nebulous here. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be checking out more X-Files, which, I really enjoyed the last one, and I'm looking forward to this one. I hope I am able to muster up the visible enthusiasm that I feel given how tired I am. I even had coffee. I'm not a person who drinks coffee, because I can't. My stomach can't handle it. But I had some coffee to help me because I'm so tired. I'm so tired. The only thing I came up with when I was editing, though, is how sad it is, and I did mention it during the episode, but it really is sad that Mulder had the proof that he'd been looking for, forever, and he had it for, 15 seconds that he got to enjoy it. And then they came and got him and, or removed the memory and everything. It's just so sad, because really, that's something he's been looking for forever. It would confirm things that he believed about his sister's disappearance. It could have given him some kind of closure, maybe. It would open up more questions, and given his nature, he would likely want to pursue and get more answers. But in some way, he would at least know that he believed in something concrete, that there was actual merit to the things he believed about his sister's disappearance. So it's rough they took that from him, so yeah. Okay, let's just go ahead and get into the episode. If you like it, please leave me a like or a comment. That's really appreciated. It's the only reason we've been going thus far, because, that's the only reason I know that you guys enjoy these and that it's worth the effort for me to edit, because I'm not a great editor, which I'm sure you've noticed. That's not what you're here for. And I'm not only not a great editor, I'm a very slow editor, so it does take some effort. So I do appreciate you guys liking the video and commenting and everything. So thank you for that. You can also check out the Patreon if you want to support the channel more and get some uncut reactions. Otherwise, let's just get into the episode. Coffee makes me weird, and I'm weird to begin with, so let's see how this goes. Okay. Is this a crossover with the Ninja Turtles? What's happening? Oh, I'm guessing he's not going to live much longer. Oh, that's creepy. Is this going to be the first episode that doesn't really have to do with aliens? That could be interesting. I'm going to have to get my sweater.
Presentation didn't go so well. Call me. I love you. Bye.
I'm guessing that will be his last time speaking to his wife. Well, towards her. It was clearly a message, but he just does not strike me as a man who has a long and healthy life ahead of him. I don't think that's going to occur for this guy. Yeah. That sucks. Is it even going to screw the screw back in place? Oh, covering its tracks entirely. That would be a very bizarre crime to try to investigate. Love the music.
Foreign counterintelligence.
Doug Hutchinson. I know that name.
Supervisory?
That's right.
2 years out of the academy? How'd he land that?
Lucked into the World Trade Center bombing.
Oh God, he's young here, this guy.
The guy is a loser. Look where he is now. It's where we should be.
The psychological profile you wrote on the killer led them straight to the suspect. Word has it, you're on the violent crime section's fast track.
Have you had any close encounters of the third kind?
Is that what everyone thinks I do?
Of course not. But you do work with Spooky Mulder.
But he is a great agent.
Yeah, well, I've got this case that's out there. 3 murders began 6 weeks ago. Victims vary in age, race, gender, no known connections to each other.
I take it there's a pattern.
Point of entry. Actually, the lack of one. College girl, killed in her 10-by-12 cinder block dorm room. She was found with the windows locked and the door chained from the inside.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
2 days ago. High security office building. Nothing on the security monitors. Janitor spoke to the victim minutes before the murder. Each victim was found with their liver ripped out.
This looks like an X-file.
Let's not get carried away. I'm gonna solve these murders, but what I would like from you is to go over the case history. Maybe come down to the crime scene.
Do you want me to ask Mulder?
Okay, if he wants to come and do you a favor, great. But make sure he knows this is my case. If I can break a case like this one, I'll be getting my bump up the ladder. And you won't have to be Mrs. Spooky anymore.
I think she likes working with Mulder, in some ways.
Why didn't they ask me?
Friends of mine from the academy. I'm sure they just felt more comfortable talking to me.
Why would I make them so uncomfortable?
Yeah, I wonder.
Probably has to do with your reputation.
Reputation? I have a reputation?
Oh, like he doesn't know.
Colton plays by the book and you don't. They feel your methods, your theories are...
Spooky? Do you think I'm spooky?
A little. But you're adorable. It's okay.
So, Mulder, what do you think? Does this look like the work of Little Green Man?
Gray.
Excuse me?
Gray. You said green men. A reticulant skin tone is actually gray. They're notorious for their extraction of terrestrial human liver due to iron depletion in the reticulum galaxy.
You can't be serious.
Do you have any idea what liver and onions go for on reticulum?
But that is interesting. I was wondering why it would always be the liver. It's probably has to do with the fact that it's a very iron-dense organ. The liver does things. It also filters. Oh, he's got an idea.
What in the hell's he doing? That vent is 6 inches by about 18.
This is the print I took yesterday. These others are from an X-file. 10 murders, Baltimore area, undetermined points of entry. Each victim had their liver removed. These prints were discovered at 5 of the 10 crime scenes.
10 murders. Colton never mentioned...
Most likely he's unaware of them. These 2 prints were lifted 5 years before he was born, and these 3 were lifted probably 5 years before his mother was even born.
Are you saying these prints are from the 1960s and the 1930s?
Fingerprinting was just coming into its own in 1903, but there was a murder involving an extracted liver. Now, that's 5 murders every 30 years. That makes 2 more to go this year.
You're saying these are copycats?
What did we learn our first day at the academies? Each fingerprint is unique. These are a perfect match.
Are you suggesting that I present a profile declaring that these murders are done by aliens?
Find no evidence of alien involvement.
That this is the work of a 100-year-old serial killer?
And he should stick out in a crowd with 10-inch fingers.
This is Colton's case.
Our X-file dates back to 1903. We had it first.
Mulder, they don't want you involved. They don't want to hear your theories. That's why Blevins has you hidden away down here.
He knows
Down
that.
here, too.
Doug Hutchinson, I'm pretty sure he's the guy from The Green Mile that played Percy, which I found out some unpleasant things about him as a person later.
The liver possesses regenerative qualities. It cleanses the blood. The taking of this trophy is the transferring act for the killer to cleanse himself. Now, since the victims are unrelated and we cannot predict who will be next, we must utilize the fact that a serial killer may return in frustration to the site of a previous murder, hoping to recapture the emotional high. I think our best course of action is to target these sites.
Begin our stakeouts of the murder sites tonight. We're looking for a male, 25 to 35, possibly wearing a uniform. I know you're assigned to another area. If you don't mind some overtime, you're welcome to come aboard with us on this. That is, if you don't mind working in an area that's a bit more down to earth.
It's so arrogant to dismiss things you don't understand because you don't understand them. You know what I mean? Just because you don't believe the things that Mulder believes, you should be able to accept the reality that we can't explain them with what we currently understand. There you go, it has to be something we don't understand yet, which doesn't mean it's not understandable. It's just not currently a known thing.
You wouldn't shoot an unarmed man, would you, Copper? Not coming back here. His thrill is derived from the challenge of a seemingly impossible entry. So if you'd read the X-file on the case, you'd come to the same conclusion. See? I'm going home.
What you doing, Mulder? We've got the plucky strings. That was a cool shot.
Get over here.
Position 10 requesting backup.
There's something in the duct. It's probably a raccoon or something. Something embarrassing.
Federal agent. I'm armed.
It better not be a raccoon because I guessed it. And if it is a raccoon, it's gonna... Oh. Okay, good. I was gonna say if it is a raccoon, I'm getting in trouble because people are gonna think I've seen the episode before. Are you Doug Hutchinson? I think you are. You are Doug Hutchinson. Hi, Doug Hutchinson. Very good actor, but very not good person, it sounds like.
You're under arrest.
You were right.
I bet that's hard for him to admit, too.
Is your full name Eugene Victor Toombs?
Gosh, he was young here.
Have you ever removed a liver from a human being?
No.
The thing about lie detector tests, and back then, they might have used them more often.
Troll question.
I had her ask it.
No.
They're just not very useful because if you don't have a conscience, you're not going to trip the sensor. So you're more likely to fail this test being an innocent, nervous person than you would be someone who's guilty of something. So they're just not reliable.
A+. As far as I'm concerned, the subject did not kill those 2 people.
And that's why we don't believe that shit.
Maintenance people at the office building confirmed a call to animal control regarding a bad smell. Dead cat in the ventilation ducts on the second floor.
Well, that's...
He accidentally caught the right guy, didn't he?
It is the guy.
What do you got, Mulder?
He lied on questions 11 and 13. His response nearly go off the chart.
Is number 11 the 100-year-old question? Well, let me tell you, I had a reaction to that stupid question.
2 murders with matching MOs occurred in Powhatan Mill in 1933.
I don't need you or that machine telling me if Toombs was alive in 33.
He's the guy.
I'm letting him go.
He's the guy.
Tom, I want to thank you for letting me put in some time with the VCS. But I am officially assigned to the X-Files.
See what I can do about that. You said Mulder was out there. That guy's insane.
No, he's not. You're a jerk. Why would you say that in front of him? That's just a dick move towards her. Why would you say that about someone that you consider a friend? I assume they're friends.
Why did you push it?
Maybe I thought you caught the right guy. And maybe I run into so many people who are hostile just because they can't open their minds to possibilities that sometimes the need to mess with their head outweighs the millstone of humiliation.
Seems like you were acting very territorial.
Of course I was. In our investigations, you may not always agree with me, but at least you respect the journey.
Aw, that was kind of cute. It seemed very, almost flirty about that. It was cute.
These are Eugene Toombs' prints. Fingerprint they took from Usher's office.
It's the same thing, just stretched.
What if, somehow...
That's pretty conclusive.
How could that be?
The only thing I know for certain is they let him go.
He's some kind of, like, I don't know if shapeshifter is the correct terminology, because it's not that he's changing into different things or people. It seems like he's able to stretch his morphology. Yeah. See, and his eyes are yellow, like his skin's yellow. So does he just, like, not have a proper liver? And whatever changes that he has to undergo to stay alive, like, to regenerate, actually kill his own liver? And if he doesn't track down other people's livers, something like that, because his eyes are yellowish, his skin's kind of got a yellowish look to it, which would suggest to me, as a medical person, malfunctioning liver. And since we know he steals livers, there you go. And he can just saunter up the side of this building. Well, that's creepy. What he did in real life is, I think he was about 60 and he married like an 18-year-old girl, or like a 16-year-old girl with her parents' permission, something really gross. And questionable. Oh, gross. He can just, he can just contort himself. That's disgusting. Okay. But he's a very good actor. I'll give him that. Definitely a good actor. Ooh. And his face is just going to be there, or is he already out? And he's all... Yeah, that sucks.
Let's run a check on liver transplants and...
Come on, it was ripped out of there.
Look, at this point, I'm willing to give any theory a shot. Any sane theory. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Dana, but I only want to the investigating team at the crime scene.
What's the matter, Colton? You worried I'm going to solve your case?
Tom, we have authorized access to this crime scene. A report of you obstructing another officer's investigation might stick out on your personnel file.
You deserve that. You were a prick.
Look, Dana, whose side are you on?
The case.
The victim.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying in my last episode that I did. Scully's a beast when she needs to be. She's tough, and I like that. I really do appreciate that.
The victim is a Thomas Werner, single, white.
It's Toombs, and he took something.
Baltimore PD checked out Toombs' apartment. It was a cover. No one has ever lived there, and he hasn't shown up for work since he was arrested.
I found him. How do we learn about the present? We look to the past. This is where it all began in 1903 on Exeter Street. The address of that first murder in 1903.
Apartment 203. He killed the guy above him.
Maybe his neighbor played the Victrola too loud.
This must be Toombs' great-grandfather.
What about the prince?
Genetics might explain the patterns. It also might explain the sociopathic attitudes and behaviors.
That's flimsy, but...
Raises the next child.
So what is this, the anti-Waltons? I think what we have to do is track Eugene Toombs. If we don't get him right now, the next chance we're going to get is in...
2020.
And you're going to be head of the bureau by then.
Hey.
I think you have to go through the census. I'm going to plow through this century's marriage, birth, death certificates.
Oh, man. Before the internets.
Anything?
No, he disappeared off the face of the earth.
Never was born, never married, never died.
No, I did find one thing, though. Current address of the investigating officer of the Powhatan Mill murders in 1933.
How is he not dead?
I was a sheriff then, and I'd seen my share of murders. But I could go home and pitch a few baseballs to my kid and never give it a second thought. But those murders in Powhatan Mill, when I walked into that room, my heart went cold. When I first heard about the death camps in 1945, I remembered Powhatan Mill. It's like all the horrible acts that humans are capable of somehow gave birth to some kind of human monster. Now this is all the evidence I've collected, officially and unofficially.
A piece of the removed liver?
But you know, that's not the only trophy he took. Family members reported small personal effects missing in each case.
Have you ever heard the name Eugene Victor Toombs?
Took these surveillance pictures.
But he looks the same.
Of course, that was him 30 years ago.
It'd be weird if he's still there. But an abandoned building would be good for outside the system.
Here's 103.
So is it a thing where he can live for 30 years?
The old man was right.
And then...
You can feel it.
And then he lives for 30 years as a normal person? Or is it a thing where he wakes up every 30 years and has to kill people? You know what I mean? I'm curious.
Check this out. It's down here.
Let's find out.
Yep, I'm hearing some plucking of the strings.
Somebody having a garage sale?
That would be all the shit that's been stolen during the murders.
Frank said he collected trophies.
This is a nest. Look, it's made out of rags and newspapers.
Think there's anything inside? Oh my God, Mulder. It smells like...
Bile?
I think it's bile.
Yeah.
Is there any way I can get off my fingers quickly without betraying my cool exterior?
Mm-hmm. I love him.
No one could live in this.
I don't think it's where he lives. I think it's where he hibernates.
Yeah.
What if some genetic mutation could allow a man to awaken every 30 years? And what if the 5 livers could provide him sustenance for that period? What if Toombs is some kind of 20th century genetic mutant?
In any case, he's not here now, and he's got to come back.
Well, we're gonna need a surveillance team.
Oh, wait. I'm snagged on something. I got it.
Oh, yeah, that's not good. He's already got his trophy.
Scully and I will be back to relieve you in 8 hours if he doesn't show.
We have to talk.
I have to meet Mulder.
That's what we have to talk about. When we first had lunch, I really looked forward to working with you. But now, after Mulder, I couldn't have you far enough away. Don't bother going down there. I had the stakeout called off. Let me call Mulder. Let me tell him the news.
Is this what it takes to climb the ladder, Colton?
All the way to the top.
Then I can't wait till you fall off and land on your ass.
Yep. Fair enough. I don't remember his name. Oh, hello there, creepy guy. I don't remember that actor's name, but I do remember him from one of the sitcoms, one of the family sitcoms. I didn't watch it much.
Where's everyone?
I just recognize his face.
Scully?
Mulder, you must have gone out since Colton gave us the night off. So we file a complaint against him. Call me when you get in. Okay, bye.
Creepy dude just climbing along. Climbing. I'm kind of cold, but I know when I put this on, I'm going to get too warm, so I don't want to put it on completely. That kind of thing. Oh, man.
Damn it, answer!
I'd just run out the damn house. I don't care if I'm an agent. I have a weapon. I'd get out. Yeah, anything that can crawl through little holes? Nah. Creepy. Shoot him in the face. Ew. Shoot him in the face. Oof. Just shoot him, man. He can just slip out of that, can't he? Can he just kind of... You'd think he'd be able to get his hand out of that.
He's not gonna get his quota this year.
Well, at least he can know that that guy's not going to be doing his thing anymore. Is he just going to start building another nest? Yeah.
You'll be interested to know that I've ordered some genetic tests. Medical exam revealed quite abnormal development in the muscular and skeletal systems, as well as a continually declining metabolic rate. It dips way below the levels registered in deep sleep. Did you hear what I said, Mulder?
All these people putting bars on their windows, spending good money on high-tech security systems, trying to feel safe. I look at this guy and I think, it ain't enough.
I don't imagine he's gonna want that, or that he can't slip through that hole. Yeah, I think he's plotting. Yeah, he is. He's good at being unsettling and an asshole. He's so good at being evil and terrible, and the Green Mile as well. You could see a little bit of the relationship between Mulder and Scully progressing, and, you know, she respects him, and she's also, you know, she's a scientist and very adamantly believes in the science of things, you know, and evidence, but she also does not just ridicule things she doesn't understand. Things that she doesn't understand frighten her, but she doesn't outright reject people for believing in things that she can't prove otherwise. You know what I mean? She is able to accept that she can't reject people outright for believing slightly different than she does, or very different than she does, which I really appreciate. You know, it's one thing to not believe in something. It's quite another to ridicule people who think differently than you do, especially if you won't listen to their evidence for what and explaining why they believe the ways they do. I like that about her. We're going to keep going with this series. I am working out kind of a upload schedule for the channel. So I'm thinking probably I'll upload series 3 times during the week and then do some movies on the weekends, maybe, is kind of what I'm thinking. Roughly thinking X-Files will be every Friday or maybe every Wednesday. So we'll see. Or just about every Wednesday. I'm not going to make huge promises. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave me a like or a comment. It's really appreciated. You can subscribe for more. And you can always check out the Patreon if you want to support the channel and get uncut reactions. That's the way to do that. All right. Thank you for joining me and hope to see you next time. I'm Jessie Nebulous. Bye.